One day, my friend sent me a link to a YouTube video titled, "Watch This Before You Die." So naturally, I thought this was going to be a life-changing video. I prepared myself for what was about to come my way and hit play. I was at about minute 3 of the 9-minute 58-second video. A group of people were getting ready to go on the road trip of their lives, taking off everything on their lifelong bucket lists and helping others do the same. I hadn't heard anything that had changed my life yet, but I thought, it's only the beginning. I should keep watching. I got to minute 6, and I thought, they're probably saving the best for last. But then I got to 9 minutes and 50 seconds, and as they were giving their takeaways from this whole experience, I was wondering what information could there possibly be that needed to be saved for the last 8 seconds of the video. And then the video ended. As I watched the screen go black, I was still the same person that I had been 10 minutes ago. I was baffled. Why did I need to watch this video if it changed nothing in me? I started wondering that if such a seemingly strong video couldn't change me, could anything? Initially, I did what any attention-seeking teenager would do and posted a story on my Instagram asking people for times they'd changed and why. Interestingly, I got very different responses from people who I will totally reference accurately. Barbara replied saying her view on life changed through a simple conversation. Deathly afraid of death, she asked, "How can people just be ready to die?" And through that, learn to focus on what truly matters. On the other hand, Ralph had a very scientific approach to change. Through documentaries backed with meaningful evidence, he was convinced to try a minimalistic lifestyle, which has made him more carefree and happy from within. Lastly, we have CJ, who attended boarding school in Dubai. During his time there, he had to learn to fend for himself, and he had to learn to develop away from family. Today, he values family time more than anything, and he also finds it important to stand up to bullying. Whether it be change in outlook, belief, lifestyle, or the simple fact that your hair is 0.5 millimeter longer than it was yesterday, change is inevitable. I want you guys to close your eyes and picture the happiest, most vivid memory you can think of. Time spent with a loved one, a time you couldn't stop laughing, or maybe just the ice cream. I want you to recognize how this memory makes you feel. Were you feeling this way when you entered the call today? We can open our eyes now. Oh God, it was so much easier talking to you guys with your eyes closed. Even though not all of us would have been ecstatic when we entered the call today, as we should be, that special memory had an emotion attached to it, just like all memories do. In fact, that's why you still remember them. Subconsciously, we do this all day, just not always with the happy memories. Tom Bilyeu, USC graduate and public speaker, says, "Our thoughts and feelings together make our state of being, which then goes through our daily routines. But since the past is all we've ever truly known, the moment we wake up, we are thinking and feeling in the past, much like we just did. These emotions translate into actions, and when repeated enough, become habits. Our brains are wired to loop through our daily routines. Wake up at the same time, wear the same clothes, pass the same stations on your way to school, go to the same classes with the same people. We almost subconsciously don't want to change." Bilyeu said, and I quote, 95% of who we are by the age of 35 is a memorized set of behaviors, emotional reactions, unconscious habits, hardwired attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions. Think about that for a second. Only 5% of the brain is actually conscious. The part that tells you, we're gonna work out every day from now on. But your body wants that routine. The subconscious and conscious minds are separated by the analytical mind, one we can access and train through meditation. The first stages of meditation are often uncomfortable because our minds are forced to slow down, which especially my generation's overstimulated minds find hard to do sometimes. The word itself means to get familiar with. Once we get familiar with our body's hunger for this daily routine during meditation, we can learn to resist it during our morning coffee or weekly movie nights as well, making us more aware and in control of ourselves. Another approach would be envisioning the change you want to implement. When visualized properly, our brains are unable to tell the difference between our imagination and reality, and when visualized repeatedly, our imagination can become a part of that daily program to our brain. It's like having a dream so vivid that when you wake up you have to ask yourself, was that real? Now you know when coaches say visualizing is important, they aren't lying. Looking back at the 9-minute 58-second video, I see that it did change me, because change is in fact inevitable. It might not have made me a reckless adrenaline junkie like we all hoped, but I now have the resources to implement change in myself, and after this talk, so do you. I guess it's good that you watched this video before you died, right? But why did I tell you all of this? Just so you could finally get the grade you want? No. Change is powerful, but being able to control your change is a force to be reckoned with. We know climate change exists, but are we all taking shorter showers or planting trees? We know racism is prevalent, but are we all standing up to it when we see it happening right in front of us? Every issue leads back to the same question. What will finally get people to change? Instead of telling you about the issues we already know exist, I told you a possible way to solve them. So I challenge you, equip yourselves with the most powerful weapon we'll need to fight our battles of today and years to come. Thank you.